You've probably heard this phrase a million times. Change your mind, and your life will change itself. It sounds a little too simple, doesn't it? But what if it's true? What if that one idea really holds the key to a total transformation? Well, we're about to dive into a story that shows just how powerful this shift can be.
So, let me just ask you straight up. Does your mindset actually create your world? I mean, really stop and think about that for a second. How much of your day-to-day experience is shaped not by what happens to you, but by the story you tell yourself about it? This very question is the beating heart of the story we're about to get into.
All right, so let's set the stage. Our story kicks off with a beggar. And for this man, his entire world, his very identity, it's all built around one single action: taking.
Picture this. Day in, day out. It's the same routine. He moves through the busy trains, asking passengers for whatever they can spare just to get by. His whole reality is confined to that station, but his perception of himself, that's even smaller. He truly believed he was someone with nothing to offer, who could only receive.
But then, one day, something happens that just shatters his routine. A totally unexpected encounter with a well-dressed businessman. And this guy doesn't just offer him money. He offers him something way more valuable: a challenge.
So what we're looking at here is a fundamental clash of two different worlds. On one side, you've got the beggar's mindset, which is basically a one-way street, just taking. But on the other side, you have the businessman. He lives on a two-way street, the principle of give and take. He knows that to get something, you first have to give something.
And this is the line that changes absolutely everything. The businessman looks the beggar in the eye and says, "When you can't give anything to someone, you have no right to ask." Whoa, can you just imagine hearing that? For the beggar, this wasn't just some random insult. It was like a lightning bolt that struck him right to his core.
So you can imagine, the beggar is just reeling. Those words spark a total crisis inside him. He's thinking, if I have to give something to earn the right to ask, what on earth can I possibly give? I have nothing. And this inner turmoil sends him on a search for something of value.
You can almost see the gears turning in his mind, right? Step one, he makes the decision. Okay, I have to give something back. But that leads directly to step two, the dilemma. But what? I'm a beggar. I have nothing of value. He's completely stuck. And then he sees them. Beautiful flowers growing wild near the station. And that's it. That's the aha moment. A simple but brilliant idea. For every coin he receives, he'll give a flower in return.
And this, right here, is where everything starts to pick up speed. That one tiny shift in his actions is about to set off a huge chain reaction that will change his entire life. The real transformation, it starts now.
So a few days later, he spots the very same businessman on the train again, but this time is totally different. He doesn't just hold out his hand. He walks up confidently, looks him in the eye, and basically says, "Today I have something for you." He proudly offers a flower in exchange for the money. See what's happening? He's not just taking anymore. He's part of a trade.
Now listen closely, because the businessman's response is the second game-changing moment in this story. He smiles and says, "Wow, that's great. Today, you too have become a businessman like me." Think about what he just did. He didn't see a beggar. He saw an equal, a fellow businessman. And that one sentence completely rewired the beggar's identity in his own mind. Just look at how fast this all happens. It is incredible. It starts with this simple idea, but after that second meeting, boom, he has this massive realization. He literally shouts out, "I am not a beggar, I am a businessman." He owns that new identity. And then, get this, just 6 months later, he walks back into that very same station, not as a beggar, but as a successful, well-dressed flower merchant.
So what in the world just happened here? It's a fantastic story for sure, but what's the actual principle that unlocked all this change? Let's break it down.
It all boils down to one fundamental principle, the rule of give and take. It's a law of success that the businessman just knew instinctively. You can't just take from the world and expect to succeed. You have to find a way to provide value first.
And this is maybe the most crucial part to really get. All that change we saw on the outside, that was only possible because of the change that happened on the inside. He shifted from the old mindset, "I am a beggar," which really means my value is zero, I can only take.
And he adopted a new mindset. I am a businessman, which means I provide value and people pay for that value. That internal shift was the engine for everything.
This was his huge light bulb moment. He suddenly understood that the money he was getting wasn't charity anymore. It was a payment. People weren't pitying him, they were buying his flowers. They saw value in what he was offering, and they were happy to pay for it. He went from being a project to being a vendor. So let's just boil this all down into what you can take away from this. First and foremost, your success is hidden in your thinking. If you want to change your life, you have to change your mindset first. And that starts by seeing yourself as someone who provides value, not just someone who takes. Put that rule of give and take into practice. You'll find that it naturally boosts your self-respect and gives you the permission you need to think bigger.
And so that leaves us with one final question to chew on. The beggar found his key to success the moment he changed his thinking. So where is the key to your success hidden? Maybe, just maybe, it's waiting for you inside a single thought that you have the power to change, starting right now. Thanks for tuning in for this one.